Hey there, it's Hills from the Blue Flame Apothecary. So, yesterday I posted and recorded a frequency energy update, and we went into this amazing gravitational anomaly, is one of the things that it's called, the Great Attractor. And sometimes I call it the Great Attractor beam because it pulls everything in so quickly, and it's so strong that it's hard to resist it. But it's beautiful energy for sucking the venom, the poison out of a wound. And so we went into that energy with Mars conjunct Chiron and giving us that fortitude and that backbone and that strength to stand in our core, in our truth, as this venom, this poison is sucked out of our wounds, so that we can then reclaim the gifts that are hidden within this wound area. It feels almost as if this is part 2 of that update, because it's this clearing out of the poison that is necessary in order to get to the reclamation. And it's Medusa once again. She has been so loud. Her archetypal energy is really, really in the frequency right now. And before we get into her dancing on top of the Galactic Center, it feels like it would really serve us to kind of float around and feel into her energy and what her archetype represents. There's a sense of disempowerment in the way that her story has often been told. There's the, her standing in her true self but being part of Athena's temple, so she's not allowed to be the sexual being that she is. So she gets banished to an isolated island and turned into the Gorgon, and her mere glance will turn any being that she puts her eyes on to stone. So really isolating, and that the way it feels to me as we're starting to really swim in what that energy represents, it's that sense of disempowerment by being othered. You're not the same as us, so you can't hang out with us. You're too this, or you're not enough that. You don't speak the same language, you don't dress the same. All the things, all of the ways in which for eons we have othered people, we have disenfranchised people. Her energy is about reclaiming that. That's where we are now, is we're in a place where we can shine a really, really bright light on all of the ways in which we've othered ourselves and othered others. That's a lot of othering. But one of the ways in which it feels the strongest is the disenfranchisement that we have allowed to exist with regard to sexuality. It was her sexuality that so angered Athena. And it was her glance and her recognition of someone else that would turn them to stone. There is a way in which throughout time we have done that to people in society, whether it's that they are gender nonconforming, trans, gay, non-binary, loose women, promiscuous men. In ancient Rome, it was considered rape even if the sex was consensual, simply because the woman was unmarried. These are huge, huge weights of shame that have been placed upon our sexual identities. And however you identify and your truest core sense of self, it feels to me like we're really, really being given this opportunity through this archetypal templating to say, no more. Abso-fucking-lutely not. No more. I am, and I am allowed to be the wholeness of my being. And there is nothing that you can say to me, there is no name, there is no label that you can put upon me that will change the core essence of who I am. And so I'm going to take those words back. You can't have them, they can't wield power over me anymore. And I don't care what that word is for you, that somebody, or even your inner dialogue, has brandished against you. There's this amazing energy right now, and now we can get into this Galactic Center piece and the fact that this is a super full moon. So, we think of a full moon, this is a bright, bright flashlight shining massive light down onto all the shadows so that you can see them and release them. And this is that Great Attractor, right? Like, the Great Attractor is so fast, like you shine that light, it's gone. But the Galactic Center is also conjunct this full moon, and that is a really big fucking light. And Medusa is literally dancing right on top of the center of the Galactic Center, saying, I reclaim my power. I reclaim all of me, my entire beingness. And as we get to feel that, we can then say, oh, right, I can reclaim my entire beingness. All of my light and everything that lights me up. And I can take those words and those places where people and I have weaponized against my trueness and reclaim them, own them. Say, this is my word now. This is my word now. And it is a word of power and strength and courage and backbone, and I own I. This is a really amazing energy to work with. That it's happening in the middle of Pride Month is so beautiful as well, right? Like, Medusa's like, own your fucking sex. Own your sexuality. Be you. Be you. and I've got your back. Let us turn to stone those who would cast stones, perhaps. Stop them in their tracks. I think that's the way that she wants to turn to stone those who would cast stones, is to, with the full light of beingness, stop dead in the tracks any who would weaponize your beingness against you. Any who would weaponize anyone's beingness against them. A meditation might be like working with this and playing with this and dancing and weaving with this energy. Could be to allow yourself to go into your heart and find any place where there's a scar or a wound, bite marks, that still contain some venom, that still contain some of that poison. Allow the Great Attractor to come in and suck that poison out. And then call in Medusa and the Galactic Center and say, let us remember and reclaim and fill with light and my innate power, my innate sense of being, my trueness. All of those spaces. And it can be whatever color light sings to you, because this is about your truth. This is about your being. Is it gold light? Is it pink? Is it green? Is it fuchsia? Hot pink. Maybe it's black. Maybe it's black. That's beautiful. Because remember, within black is all colors as well. Another really beautiful practice is, staring into the mirror and really looking into your eyes and saying, hey, I see you. You are fucking fabulous. You are amazing. And you are. And then just let yourself flow with it. All of the things that are really true about you. That are really true about you. Not the things that have been projected upon you, that you're carrying from ancestral trauma, past life trauma, but the things that are really true about the divine spark that exists within you, that is you. And begin to really own that part of yourself. One of the things that wants to come in just as we're kind of closing here is a reminder that this full moon is in Sagittarius, and Medusa is on the Galactic Center in Sagittarius. One of the energies of Sagittarius is individualization. It is owning your unique light and sharing that with the world. There's, travel and learning and adventure are all part of Sagittarius' energy as well. But it's this part of exploration to your truth that feels the most strong right now. It feels like that's why Venus and Uranus are dancing together in Taurus, as Mars and Chiron are dancing together pretty close to Eris, not to mention, in Aries. And Sirius and Isis are dancing right on top of each other as well. All of this alignment. And there's also Neptune and a T-square to this full moon. I go into a lot more about the Neptune and the cosmic light drops, and I'm going to leave it for there, but I'll put a link below so you can go read that and sign up to get the newsletters straight to your inbox if that calls to you. But there's this amazing potential right now to Venus is trying to come in. She's like, to luxuriate in the new earthiness. That's what she keeps trying to tell me through her conjunction with Uranus is, let's luxuriate in the new earthiness. Let's redefine what luxury means. And can we, as we're redefining what luxury means, feel into like what our truth is. Luxury doesn't have to mean, 1,000 count thread Egyptian cotton sheets because somebody told you that's what luxury was. What does luxury feel like to you? What does sensuality feel like to you? It can be fucking anything. It just has to be true to you. So as we play over this next week, coming into the full moon and then moving towards the solstice, really, it feels really important to just luxuriate in your light of beingness. If you enjoyed this update, please definitely subscribe and ring the bell so you know whenever I upload new frequencies. I am offering the one-on-one sessions right now, and they're really quite powerful transmissions and activations, working with your guides and my guides and natal charts and oracle cards. It's a really amazing and beautiful activation. So if that calls to you, I'll put a link below for that as well, so you can learn more and maybe schedule your one-on-one session. And the portal is open for the membership site over on Patreon. I'll put a link for that as well. But really, truly, however you are called to travel through this, it is just such an honor to spend any of this time with you and to witness and share the amazing journey of the light of beingness with you. As always, and in all ways, so much and many loves to you from all the dimensions.